What's going on, Wolfpack Nation? We are back for part 2, y'all, of our interview with 4-star tight end, class 25 commit, Gus Ritchey, y'all. So make sure, again, y'all, if you haven't checked out part 1 yet of our conversation, go back and check that out first and foremost, and then come right back here. During that first part, we talked about, his fall in love with football in the first place, his recruitment, and coming and deciding on NC State. So make sure you go check that out first and foremost, and then come right back here. So Gus, one of the things which, just to kind of, that I thought was really interesting for sure, just to kind of add on to your point was, when UNC had come out with an article, I think it was for Inside Carolina that you committed, it said UNC adds in-state defensive lineman Gus Ritchey. And then when NC State committed, it said 4-star tight end Gus Ritchey flips from UNC to NC State. So I thought it was interesting that, even just like the articles like really went home to your point that there's no doubt that UNC was team defensive end and NC State was definitely team tight end for sure. But so one guy which I wanted to ask you about, because definitely watching you in person, it made me think a lot. Have you ever watched George Bryan before?
Sounds very familiar.
No? Okay, yeah.
It sounds very familiar.
Yeah.
I might have. It sounds very familiar. So
if you can find some film on him, or if you can watch some NC State games from 2000.
Yeah, go watch NC State versus Maryland, the comeback game. He had about like 2 or 3 touchdowns in that game.
Yeah,
was that 42-14 game?
2011.
Yeah.
No, 2011.
Yeah, that sounds right.
That was Mike Glenn's first year. But yeah, George Bryan. I see a lot of you and him. Very shifty. As of right now, not known for speed, but he caught everything.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of that with you for sure. Because some of the catches you were making were crazy, and you definitely did not shy away from contact whatsoever.
No, I took a lot of hits. That took a lot of hits that game. So yeah.
Absolutely.
So you said that you were from a small town.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm from a small town as well. So it's like that family feel for high school. Like, is it the same way as my hometown is, where everybody in the whole entire county goes? That's Friday night. You're at the football stadium.
Yes. It's basically actually. So this was the first time I would say in a long time that it brought back this, like, especially since we started really I would say start picking up things. That's when a lot of people started coming out. And a lot of people, because our football program, not speaking bad on it, but it was lost for a little bit.
It happens.
And it used to be a big thing. Actually, we had a player that went to NC State, Tobias Palmer. I don't know if you guys know him.
Oh, we know Tobias.
Everybody knows Tobias.
We've had him on the program.
So Tobias went to Northwood, played there, records everywhere. I almost beat his record for touchdowns. Came up short though. That was a goal 1 point. I want to say at that point was the last time a lot of people came out. And we just had to find ourselves, honestly. And we also had a guy, we had Coach Harrington a while back ago. He had a son that plays at App now. He just got injured, but he was a starting safety. He brought back that, Brendan Harrington. I don't know if he got hurt in the UNC game. They played against UNC. I think he got hurt, but he was having a hell of a game. And honestly, ever since then, we lost it. But this year, I felt like we brought it back.
And did that help? Did you sense any of when you go to a state game, our fan base? Did that show any of the fan base that you have in your small town?
A little,
did you feel family sense?
A little bit. Yeah. Besides the student section, is completely different. But besides that, everything else, yes. I have a lot of people that come up to me in the game because they're from Chatham, from Pittsburgh. It's only 30 minutes down the road. A lot of people go there, and then they're, Gus, how's it going? I'm like, oh, what's up? How's everything been? They're like, oh, love to see you here. A lot of I would always say family. It's always cool to see that. And a lot of people, I have a lot of friends, from grades above me go there, and it's always fun to see them too. Honestly, it's a great place. But answering your question, most definitely. I think we definitely brought it back this year. So yeah.
Yeah. And kind of talking now, about the Miami game that you were at this past weekend, man. And again, I mean, I guess we'll put the cat out of the bag, since, I mean, you're pretty much going to say it without maybe using this exact word, but I messaged you after the game being like, hey, yo, how was that experience? And you were like, unreal, man. And so, I mean, like, to me, and like, we're going to have our Tuffy Talk live show. Keep in mind, record this on Monday, right after we record this. And the biggest thing, which I really want to say about that game for me, is that this is a program like when you think about the foundations of a program, I would put this win right there in that foundation, because of the fact that you came off that Clemson win and you came back punching Miami right in the mouth as well.
And
so
the Clemson hangover is real.
Well, exactly. So you made it clear that beating Clemson was no fluke. Like if we play as we should, we can play up there with anybody, man. And I mean, especially the environment was phenomenal. I mean, to say the least, the student section was great. So kind of tell me, man, your thoughts of the game, the experience, the thoughts on the actual game itself overall. Give me your thoughts.
First off, was that your first time at Carter Finley for a game?
No, that was my first night game.
Okay.
First night.
Night games are different in Carter.
So 2 parts then. Talk about your experience on Saturday, and then talk about your experience day versus night game.
Okay. So the day experience. So I went to every single game, home game this year. I'm a big support. I mean, like I said, 30 minutes down the road. Why not? Support the guys. I played with some of them, and someone else said that know a lot of them. Family, they're family. So I want to come and support. Day game. So at that time it was really hot. But the part that separated the heat and the sun was the atmosphere. The atmosphere is crazy, and a lot of people, just love it there. No matter if it's 100 degrees or it's 20 degrees, always packed, and that says something. Especially as not talking bad, but when they play BMI, it's sold out. And it says a lot that fan base is so supportive, and I want to go there and support too. And so it's crazy. But the night game,
That's the kicker.
that is
night games are not for the weak.
I had to do it. I had to say it's just completely different. I literally never felt the ground shake a little bit until kickoff against Miami, and it started like it was like a little earthquake. I was like, "What is going on?" I said, I got up on my feet, like, here's all these recruits like behind me, like, what is this guy doing, man? I'm like getting up, like I'm excited.
Is this a fan sitting with us,
right?
Or what?
Yeah, I'm getting like when they score or like make a big play, like I'm telling like everybody, let's get I'm excited. Like I felt like I was a part of it. It was crazy, and I'll tell you, the fan. Oh my gosh, like this, especially the students. It's like completely different. Like,
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like, and some of them and some of them are like, "What's up?" And like, they're like, it's really cool feeling, and honestly, two different experiences. But still, whatever day or night, it's really worth it. Really worth it.
Mm-hmm.
So you were talking there. You were there with recruits, and obviously don't have to name any names, but like, how hard were you working some of those guys, and then are you working some other ones in the background?
So we had some transfers. We had a lot of official visits. We had a lot of young guys too that had some scholarship from the school. My biggest thing was making sure that their family was comfortable too, like how my family was. And I want them to know the passion that my family had. And when I made the decision, I knew this was home. And I want them to know, I want them to get the same feel. I want to talk to them. Look, once you come here a couple more times, once you figure out things. Once you see the system roll, you're gonna love it here, and you're gonna come here nonstop. I mean, I probably went there over a dozen times, maybe even more. Like I just loved it every single time I went. It might have been the same, sometimes it could have been the same thing. You know what? I learned more. I felt like I just enjoy it more. It's a very enjoyable place. It's very, welcoming. And Carter Finley and people there are very welcoming and very supportive. And coaches there, especially. Family.
Good.
Family. Coach and I feel like, I tell my parents this too. I feel like Coach and I is another father figure to me.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
He has a lot this year. He's coming in, new offense, new everything, and he's a lot of people don't understand. Coach and I literally treats me like his own kid. It's unreal. Especially, I went to the Alpha Wolf thing, and I never felt so comfortable. I never laughed. Like when I'm at visits sometimes, or like doing things, like I never laugh. Like I'm always serious, right? I'm like super serious. But when I went there, I was laughing, smiling. My mom even said, I could see you from the top laughing, giggling, like being you. And I'm like, I know, like I can be me there.
That's what it needs to be about, though. I mean,
Exactly.
you got to live your best life, and if that's whatever it is, So
Yeah, for sure.
And
awesome.
being like having friends on the team and stuff, like you hear that a lot from the guys. Like Dave Doran is like a father figure, Anai, like you hear about every single coach. So like obviously none of us have gone through that process of playing football or being a freaking commit. But like, are there a lot of coaches that you feel that way with, or is that a very like rare feeling?
I would say every single coach. I mean, every single coach we say, like it's weird, people are like, oh, it's weird stuff. But like, every time we talk, we say, it's like family. Like, I love you, like coach, like you mean so much. Like, I hope every family's going good. I hope everything's good. Like, come in, hug you, like, they really treat you really well. I mean, any recruit, any person that watches this that, dreams of playing NC State or is considering NC State, if you go back there, I want you to, I want people to realize if you talk to the coaches and really, pay attention to what they say and you see a lot of little things. And when you go on other visits, it's completely different. You don't see that a whole lot. And it's just family, I say it all the time, like even the players, I mean, I know I played with some of them, but it's family.
Yeah, it's a brotherhood in that locker room, honestly.
And honestly, when you talk about brotherhood, that's why a lot of siblings and a lot of in-state guys, especially, go to that school.
Yeah.
Well, and like how many former players were on that sideline with you? I mean, I saw Thayer Thomas, Owen
Thayer,
Spencer,
was over there.
Lim McNeil was there.
Yeah. I mean, there was everybody, and they come back because they love that feeling. They love that feeling. Mm-hmm. It's welcoming, it's supportive, and everybody loves you, no matter what.
Yeah.
That's if anybody's listening to this, like,
come to state.
Come to state. It's the best feeling in the world. I really, it is. So that's why I
love it.
That's why I flipped my decision and came here. And that's what I wanted. That's what I want to feel. I'm not going to be with my parents a whole lot. Next year, I'm going to be a grown man living by myself, having to take care of myself. And you know what? I have brothers, coaches that are like father figures, and people, academics, everything, are going to treat you so well. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And have you thought about yet at all what you want to major in when you come to state? Or
So, I think everybody's an engineer in my family. So, engineering.
Okay.
And I know because it works perfectly because that's what state's really known for, especially engineering.
It's not easy.
So yeah. So it's perfect.
Not easy.
It's perfect. So yeah, I'm really excited.
Have you thought about what kind of engineering?
So some of my family does pharmaceutical engineering. So probably like
Pharmaceutical.
yeah. So probably look into something either in that boat or in that area. Give it a shot. Look at it, see. But I think that's 90%. Like if I'm 90% sure that's what I want to do, then so
Go get it.
Cool. I love it. Before we continue, I want to take a quick second to tell you about our sponsor, Flightland's Jessup Insurance Group, that has your whole world covered, with agents in 5 offices throughout eastern North Carolina to help you decide how much coverage you need, offering policies for home and auto, recreational vehicles, commercial, crop, health, life, and employee benefits. They are able to combine options to find a comprehensive solution that works for you. Flightland's Jessup protects the things you love so you can spend less time worrying and more time enjoying them. Find them on Facebook and Instagram at Flightland's Jessup. You can also visit their webpage at www.flightlandsjessup.com. So please make sure to go and check them out. So, since obviously you've talked a ton to Anai, and, thinking about the team this year, I mean, our main tight ends with Trent Penix, Juice Vereen, like speed guys, like completely speed guys, like, 100%. And so I'm thinking by now going, man, like we don't really have anybody on our team right now that's running in the offense like you. And so, I mean, like, kind of tell me, like, what has Coach and I said in terms of how you would fit as a part of the offense?
Coming in and being a prototypical tight end that can run routes, but also block. Come in and just do like literally just do be like a George Kittle type. Like we want you to hand in the dirt, put people on the ground, and then you can either run routes, hand in the dirt, or you could go out at slot and do your thing. We want you. They're expecting a lot. To come out of me. I know I'm young. It's understandable. But they see something. They see something planned ahead in the future. That was a big thing. That also why I made the decision was not a lot of schools didn't tell me the way. The state did. That's what they told me. They said, we want you to come in here. We want you to fit this offense. And we want it, to work things out. Be the Gus show. You can come in here, and we want you, to come in, work your butt off, first of all. You got to work your butt off to earn playing time and whatnot. But by the time that point comes, we want you to have that spot. We want you to earn it respectfully, and we want you to dominate, especially. And that's what got me up. And I said, you know what? This is the place. They told me what they're playing. All right, let's do it. So, and also, didn't know they didn't recruit a 24 tight end. And no 24 tight end, right? Only 25 tight end. The other 25 tight end that they offered would be playing Juice's spot. They're kind of like a more of a speed spot.
The hybrid.
Yeah. Yep. And you have a Kendra as a 26 we've offered, but they expect a lot of it coming in. So this means a lot. No, it's a little bit of pressure, but I think I'm ready. So.
Well, I love it, Gus. I mean, again, like, just like, especially in today's, day and age with NIL stuff where you guys feel like it's me, like, I deserve, this, I deserve the spot, blah, blah, blah. I deserve that playing time. Like I love how you're saying, I mean, yeah, they recruited a guy in 26, but, hey, listen, I mean, I can't blame it today. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I got to have teammates. I can't be the only tight end in the tight end room. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm here to earn my spot, not just be given the spot. I love that, man.
Yeah. So, yeah, most definitely. Like that's why I said I always want to earn it, never want to be given, and that's why I feel like I'll be prepared when I go to state, especially. So.
I feel like that's a big thing for Dave too. That's why I feel like y'all have that connection. Very blue collar. Like he says, hands in the dirt type thing.
Yeah, no, I'm very. That's what I also. My family's very blue collar, very tough family. Tough environment we grew up in at one point. So we are all just not only hungry people that just want stuff. We see a lot of glitz and glamour. We see with the internet, you see a lot of things. You know, we dream of that. You know, we want that, but we know that we have to earn it. You know, it will never happen. It's never going to get given us unless we win a lottery or something, right? It's a 1 in a billion chance. But honestly, like, really, like, besides that, you have to earn it. So yeah, I think I'm really prepared when I get there. I'll be prepared when I get there. So.
So give me your biggest strength as a tight end. Give me your biggest weakness as a tight end, and then tell me how you're going to get better with your strength and get better at your weakness.
Strength. It's a good question. I never thought about this. I would say
self-evaluation time.
I you know, strength as a tight end. You know, I think. I think.
Here, I'll help you, Gus. I mean, your hands got to be up there,
I'll help
man.
you,
I mean, your hands are up
the
there.
Hands part, yeah. I feel like my mental aspect, my mentality, like when I don't know, like I think my mentality is like, all right, catch the ball, like it comes in near you, catch the thing, but like there was one ball, I had one hand and it fell out, and you saw me in the sideline flipping out, like I was mad, like I had the one hand. It was a one hand. The guy was right on me, and I take that into like heart. I take that to heart, you know. I really get passionate about that. I think that my mental aspect. I feel like me just, you know, all right, hey, this dude's in front of me. He's going down. Like I'm gonna put him in the dirt. Like I swear to you. Like I'll tell him straight up. I was like, dude, I'm about to put you in the dirt. Just be prepared. Like I like it's just a thing that comes in my head. Like some switches, going out of routes. All right, I'm gonna run a slant and sell outside. I'm gonna get open. I'm gonna catch it. It's gonna be a first down. It's gonna be a touchdown. It's gonna be 1 or 2. You know, and so that I feel like my weakness right now. I think my biggest concern is the fact. So studying on film, I feel like technique could get better at block. I feel like that. Yes, I'm very like I give myself credit. I'm a very strong kid. You know, even college level, am pretty strong too. I mean, you know, 355-pound bench, 475 squat. It's, you know, like you don't see that a whole lot in high school, especially as a tight end.
And as a junior, keep in mind you're only a junior, so it's only going to go up.
And the thing is, like, I'll, you know, like, just like I'm stronger, I'm aggressive, but I think I need to work on the technique. So yeah, that's I think my biggest thing. So
that's fair. And you know, kind of tell me too, just for your own curious. I mean, I'm really curious about this question. I've been looking forward to this question. So what are you looking forward to most at NC State? Like, what is the thing that you are dying for once you get to NC State?
The thing I'm dying for is honestly just finding myself, enjoying, you know, not only the football aspect but the school aspect itself. Really just, you know, you never know. Like my dream is playing the NFL, but if you know, you always want to have a backup plan too, just in case. So enjoying the football aspect most definitely, but also the school part. So I always say just finding myself, you know, making good friends, connections, and having a blast there. And dominating football, have fun with it. School, you know, meet new people, make new connections, and you know, hopefully, you know, if the dream doesn't come true, then you always have something in the back pocket you can rely on, and you know, I'm just, you know, that's what it is, just you know, trying to find myself. So,
all right, so we've talked football. Talk to me who you are away from the field. Like, what do you like to do? What are your hobbies? Because I mean, you can't be consumed. I mean, maybe you are consumed by football 24/7, but you need that mental health aspect too. So, what are you doing there?
Train,
That's the same thing.
It's not, I honestly, if school, okay, anything else, if I'm school related, a lot of people, I'm pretty, like, I get it a lot. Dude, you're a goofball. Like, you're just a funny, like, you just know, like, everybody's just like, dude, you're just like always laughing, always like just, just trying to, always trying, just little things like that. Like, you're like, people always say, like, now we see why you're a tight end. Like you're just a big guy that just likes to have fun and just enjoy themselves, and then especially when I go out and hang out, I like to hang out with my friends too. Since the season's died down, I think I'm gonna spend a week or so just hang out with some friends. Just have fun. Still getting work in, but honestly, just enjoy myself, have fun before camp season rolls around again. And now I'm not going there to chase offers now and stuff like that. Now I'm going there to prove myself. I'm going to other camps to prove why NC State recruited me, why other schools, especially took interest, because a lot of people don't see it. But especially this camp season, I'm looking most forward to because it's a lot of proof.
All right, so I didn't mean to cut you off there, but so talk to me. Why do you still go to other camps then if you've already committed? And this isn't trying to be like a gotcha. I'm just trying to figure it all out because I don't quite understand.
So the reason why is I think one thing is when it comes to I look at some of the rankings. I look at some of those things and I take that apart.
Talking about recruiting rankings, obviously. Yeah.
I feel like I'm underrated. Very underrated. I'm top 3 tight end in all stats in the country, in all classes, all in all stats. Top 3 in the country. With yards, receptions, touchdowns. If you count it all, it's like top 3, top 4 out of every single grade. Every single grade. From freshman to senior, it's top 3, top 4. I look at that and I say to myself, okay, so people don't see that. All right, cool. Oh, so there's going to be a lot of writers in this stuff in this camp. All right, so you know what? I'm going to go there, do my thing, show out. Then they're going to have to say, all right, this kid actually is something.
Yeah.
I've done it for years. I don't like sometimes I don't really quite understand. I feel like I dominate a lot.
You want to be respected.
And I do. That's and I
I get that completely.
Yeah. For me, and I'm just trying to wrap my head. So I mean, obviously you're a competitor. You want to be the best at what you do, but at the end of the day, does it really matter? Because you're committed to NC State. Yeah. Your film will speak volumes for what you do when you get to the college level.
Yeah.
So I just kind of. I mean, is that because you just, truly want to be the number one person at your position? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Honestly, you're an athlete. I get it.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I think
builds his image up.
Yeah, and I think also like as the I don't know how to best explain it. It's just like I always have a chip on my shoulder.
For sure.
Like I tell you, like it's crazy. Like people. Like I'll go up to my coach and I say, "You see, like this, like you see what, like, all right, you know what? Next game, I swear to you, I'm about to get 200. I'm about to get 150 yards, 200 yards. If I get like 2 touchdowns, I'm about to say, I'm gonna post it, I'm gonna tag people, whatnot. I'm like, all right, you see me? Like you see me? Like like little things like that. Very competitive.
So you're the mayor of Pettyville, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
I respect that. Yeah. Honestly, there needs to be more people like me and him.
I get it, brother. I get it, man.
Yeah.
Hey, speak your truth, man.
Yeah, and I'm just a very competitive guy.
Yeah.
Just very, very competitive. And,
I like the fire, man.
And that's why also I think that's why the state coaches like him a lot too, is because they're like, we see a little switch. Like you're like happy and all that, but when we saw you in person, it's
I love it.
it was all right. Like they said, you could tell you were wanting something. You were wanting to prove something, and and I tell them, I say, I want to prove something every day. When I go lift, I think of something. I'm like, all right, this, will put me here. Okay, cool. You know what? So when I see them, they're like, okay, he got big, like he's getting stronger, looks faster, more athletic, and then when they see me in person, like, oh, now we got big, and I just think that just little things like that, it's very competitive. So
I get it.
So, and a lot of people say, I take things to heart, which I do, but in the good way, not in the bad. So
cool. One last things which I want to do is just kind of give you an opportunity, for all those members of Wolfpack Nation who are tuning in right now. Do you have any last comments for them?
Okay, honestly, if I had any last comments, last things to say, I would. The one thing I would say is I really do appreciate not only you guys for taking your time throughout this night to, spend time with me and getting to know me, which means a lot to me. But also, I want to appreciate just the fans. They stepped up and took me under their wing at one point when it was needed most. There was a lot of pressure and there was a lot of stress, especially when I flipped my decision. There's a lot of a lot of things that a 17-year-old shouldn't be told.
Drama.
Exactly.
Yeah, and and that first thing when I saw people stepping up and like, this is not right. Like you cannot be saying this. What do you like? You guys, that meant a lot. And then going to the games and everybody just appreciating me and for who I am and can't wait for me to be there. I mean, I just really do appreciate the fans, the coaches, everybody that's a part of Wolfpack Nation. I mean, I appreciate everybody. They mean the world to me. And, I can't wait to play basically in the year. I can't wait to play and, score touchdowns, run over some people, get some first downs. And, I'm really, really excited. So
maybe win AC championship or two, right? That'd be nice. We would love that.
That's the goal. That's the goal.
So what I'm hearing is you're ready to hear that's another Wolfpack first down, move the chains. I think that's what you're what you're ready to hear.
Touchdown.
Oh, okay, even better.
Oh.
Okay.
Let's go.
Even better.
All right, Wolfpack Nation. Well, you heard it here first, folks. So if you haven't already, again, we have all of the links to all of Gus Ritchey's social media accounts in the description below. So make sure to go give our man Gus a follow, man. Make sure to go give him some love if you haven't already, man. And again, go support this guy. So excited to see what he does this last year, man. And go win a state title, Gus, man. Go do your thing, man. And we're excited for you, man. But and then for us, if you don't mind, if you haven't already, y'all make sure again hit that free subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out any new NC State content. If you love this video, do us a big favor again and hit that like button, and also do make sure you give us a follow to Toughy Talk now on Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok, y'all. But thank y'all so much for tuning in. We'll see y'all soon, and go Pack, y'all.